So, in my infinite stupidity, I forgot that I had this in the shed, so I've been walking to and from everywhere for the last week or two for basically no reason. Well, the reason is I'm an idiot. But I was just like getting the tyres pumped up and everything like that because it's not been ridden in quite a while. It's lent by Mr. Simon Marshall, by the way. So thank you, Simon. And then bang, bang, bang at the door. And last night I ordered some new spark plugs for this, and they've turned up. I ordered them last night at 10 o'clock. So I am fairly impressed. Less than 12 hours and they're on my doorstep. That is some good service. So well done, Europarts, and hopefully I might have a car running by the end of today. So yeah, I'm officially a fan of bikes. It was a lot quicker. And don't worry, I didn't hit the car and the car didn't hit me. It was good fun. But yeah, today's task: screw these together, get them sanded down, see what they look like, get one roughly constructed so I can sort of show how I think it's going to work. See if it does work. And as always, we will be dealing with sheep as an object of just irritation. But they are cute. What's it called? Creosote on the inside. It's not the old stuff. It's new organic-y stuff that'll upset the wood, but not kill them. But yeah, I've sanded them to different degrees all the way around. Obviously, I'm my little assistant here, so you can see, depending on how deeply it's sanded, you get a slightly different effect. So yeah, that's layer 1. Now on with layer 2. So I'm just using the ambient temperature of the greenhouse to warm that up, ready for the geese's new plug hole, and the oil for the outside of the thingies a little bit stiff, so I'm just warming that up as well. That's the new plug hole sorted. Now it's just time to fill it up and see if it works. I think it's safe to say that she works. So you'd think they'd be happy now, still whinging and shouting and they're hissing at me. Nasty, nasty pasties. So, change the design a bit, finally making use of the actual big flat area that I've needed for ages to do things like this. So that's good news, and this is looking beautiful. You can see the hole through. Creosote on the inside, it's going to get some oil on the outside to preserve it, but that's just layer 1. That's layer number 2 done. Also creosote around the inside. Just needs its oiling coat. So you could have either side, or you could have it as 2 layers like that. Now, did you see what I was meaning about growing things out the sides, out the top, out the sides, over the top, and then, so that's it after its first coat of oil. It's still very wet, so it will get a little bit lighter, but I do love the way all the story told of those joists over, 100 years of being up and about, and probably about, what is it, it was 1879 these joists were put in place in Lancaster, and then it was a cinema, so like all them little cracks are from couples walking over the joists going to black and white movies in the interwar period, and yeah, I don't know, I really like it. But yeah, some of you might think I'm mental, but you can see the logic of how it's all going to stack up and how much you could get. So you've got plants coming out the side there, then let's say a load of tomatoes there, maybe some peas growing up there, then you've got some pumpkin or squash or whatever coming out of there, and then some leek coming out of there, then your potatoes that started out all the way down at the bottom coming up the way through, so you're gradually filling it up, and then yeah, you've got a shed load of food and something that looks beautiful when it's not full of food. So now it's dried a bit, you can see it's sort of lightening in colour, and I've made it so obviously I think it looks great, but could people honestly let me know if it looks shit? Let me know if it looks great. This is 2/3 of the way through its process of being made, but I love all the character in that wood. And this is why they've not gone through the soil yet, because there's still plenty above ground for them to nibble at. We've turned over the nettles now. It's one of my favourite little treats. And yeah, hopefully we'll get this turned over soon. So I want to get stuff in the ground. Right now is kind of a gardener's dream. Just there, well, taking up nettle roots out, chasing them along, pulling them out, saving me a shed load of work. Good pigs. Little girls found the root of, I think it's probably a dock or something like that, but a good chunky root. She's just rooting it out. And she'll keep going until she's had every last little bit of it. That's why I wanted the pigs on here, because there's loads of weeds and loads of different things, and I have to dig them out, or they can dig them out, and it's food. It just makes more sense, doesn't it? She is chasing that root down. Looks like a gardener would, but she's enjoying it. It's dinner. See how deep she's got her face? She's been sat there smashing her face into the ground for about 5 minutes. It's nuts. To be fair, this is very soft ground. Like, I've done a lot of work with this ground because it wasn't inside the polytunnel. Look, just ploughing her face into the ground. It's insane. Sunsetting, another day on the holding. I've had a little bit of an inspired moment. If someone can guess what from there, then they can do. It's in relation to that, but I'll show it tomorrow. Just looking around, things are sort of starting to come together. Yeah, it's a little bit messy, but I've also decided that tomorrow I'm not allowed to finish that until I've got this into some semblance of order, including my shed, which is going to be a nightmare because I don't like tidying and organising, but it needs to be done, and let's get it looking a bit more ship shape. That's day 22. I'm really glad I got them planters done. I would have liked to get them finished, but realistically, there's a lot of work goes into them, but they're looking really good. I'm excited to see what they look like tomorrow when they're a bit more dried off, and eventually get them finished once I've got some tidying up done. Because I've made an absolute mess, so I need to sort it out first. Had one of the fun tasks of having the holding this evening, coming back and digging thorns out of my hand from a couple of days ago that have got a little bit angry, so that's been fun, but got some drawing ointment on, then it'll be fine. But yeah, good day, and let's see what day 23's got to offer. PS, in regard to the planters, like, I really would like feedback on them. If they, what do you think? Are they a good idea? Are they a bad idea? Yeah, there's a fair bit of work on into them. They could be done out of like normal sleeps in normal time. Like, that stuff is just lovely wood. Otherwise most that was going to go to waste. So yeah, is it a good use of time and resources, and are they nice? Would you want one? What would they be worth? I haven't got a clue. I enjoy making things, and they look pretty, and yeah, they produce food, then happy days, and they look pretty. I think. Let me know what you think, please.